here. Wait, I don't have access.
We don't believe what's on TV because it's what we want to see, and what we want we know we can't believe. We have all learned to kill our dreams. I need to know that when I fail you'll still be here. 'Cause if you stick around I'll sing you pretty sounds and we'll make money selling your hair. I don't care what's in your hair, I just wanna know what's on your mind. I used to say I wanna die before I'm old, but because of you I might think twice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright, second verse. What if my dream does not happen? Would I just change what I've told my friends? Don't wanna know who I would be when I wake up from a dreamer's sleep. I need to know that when I fail you'll still be here. Oh, 'cause if you stick around I'll sing you pretty sounds and we'll make money selling your hair. But I don't care what's in your hair, I just wanna know what's on your mind. I used to say I wanna die before I'm old, but because of you I might think twice. I don't care what's in your hair, I just wanna know what's on your mind. I used to say I wanna die before I'm old, but because of you I might think twice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah.
The world had burned for a long, long while, and he hadn't seen the others for quite some time. He endured going from alley to aisle ever since the awakening of society's crime. He ventured out of the city and into the land, barren, white, and bleak. It was just as cold, just as bland. He suspended all feelings of weak. Sometimes he would find life to be beneath. This often led to demise. And after putting the sword in sheath, he just felt empty in disguise. Nights were a period for sleep, although he rested none. He pondered over those sheep who had nowhere left to run. Sometimes a memory would cross his path. They were scattered all over like stars. And once he too partook in this epitaph, they wore the days like scars. Every breath hurt more than last. Frustration began to smoke. He desperately needed to raise his mast, or else he'd drown and choke. He perceived the gallows to sprout as he gazed out into the snow. But when he saw his route, it was he who was about to grow. Time wasn't something to worry about, though he felt like it was becoming quite sparse. The abandoned almost seemed to shout, "Get out!" from under this farce. He visualized what their prime was like, trudging around the graves, no doubt abused by the Reich, who made all into slaves. But then it was time. At last, he was done. He was finally going to embark. He shed the weight, crawled up the freight, ready to make his mark. My brother survived. He made it through this. He was left alone to seethe. And as I enter the grueling abyss, I just have to remember to breathe.
So we're here at Chillin' Nitrogen Ice Cream. We're a nitrogen ice cream store, so that means we flash freeze each individual serving of ice cream or frozen yogurt right in front of you, custom made to order. Nitrogen ice cream starts with our base. It's a mix of milk, cream, sugar, and vanilla bean. We then add your flavor. We have one of 12 different flavors. You can add one, you can add two, and mix them together. We put the flavor and the base together in a mixer and allow those to incorporate together, and then we start adding our liquid nitrogen into the mixer. It takes about 45 seconds, and then you're pretty much go from liquid to solid. Nitrogen is just an element that exists in the atmosphere. Naturally, it's in the air, makes up about 78% of the air we breathe. We use it in its liquid form, so it's about -321 degrees Fahrenheit as a liquid. Nitrogen tanks at Chillin' are filled once a week, more often than not, depending on how much volume we're doing in the store. But typically, about once a week, we hold about 3,000 liters of nitrogen in the store at any one time. Nitrogen is just the most convenient thing to use to flash freeze. It doesn't have to be, nitrogen itself isn't giving any characteristic to the ice cream, it's just the fact that it's super cold and it's readily available and it's non-toxic, non-flammable, food safe. So that's why we use nitrogen versus using liquid helium or CO2 or something like that. A lot of people get confused with nitrogen when they see it in this liquid form. It can exist in 3 different phases, just like any element can, solid, liquid, or gas. We use it in the liquid form, so it actually looks like water, but it's actual nitrogen just in its liquid form, so it's clear. And it actually boils at negative 320 degrees, so that's why we have, when it's in its liquid form, it's so cold. Nitrogen ice cream is just the process of making ice cream with liquid nitrogen, so it's flash frozen rather than slowly churned like traditional ice cream is.
really free?
Yep, a perfectly normal free toaster.
Good morning.
Hey there.
You didn't have to make all this toast for us.
What do you mean? It was sitting out here when I got up.
Sure it was.
Bird, what's that on your face?
What do you mean?
It's like it's a burn or something.
What? I didn't do anything. I slept through the... Wait, is that toast again?
Looks like you didn't get much sleep either.
I can't stop thinking about the toaster. I keep having these horrible nightmares.
Same here.
I think it's time we get rid of the toaster.
Marvin, veterinarian and ghost hunter.
We got rid of the toaster. We don't need a ghost hunter anymore.
Call me tonight. You'll see.
Wait, what?
The toaster you have is many years old, and it's no normal toaster. It belonged to a satanic cult. They would perform many rituals to bring demons from the underworld into our world. However, these rituals would go too far. At times, the demons would get sucked into everyday objects. On one such occasion, they summoned a toaster from hell. Your toaster. A member sold it at a garage sale, and ever since it's been going around. Everyone who's had it has died or sold it before it could get there. If you don't get rid of that thing quick, you'll be dead.
In nome del Padre e la Zamura, get out of here, get out of here, in nome del Padre, requiescat, dice,
Here's to a job well done.
It had often been cold. The air had become dark and dry, and it dragged the world along slowly. The tired buildings multiplied and swallowed any signs of life, because only a darkness was to be here, a long epidemic, and the sun was not seen for many months. A story of a place that to you may seem different, far into the loud mouth of noises, where the world may be a bit despondent. Difference, however, should not blind the people. The world needs a storyteller for all sides of the story, a storyteller to extend the tales of happiness. There must be more than darkness in these places. The world needs to know more. Someone to tell impartial ideas of the real people, real events, real news in places beyond the combat line and on the combat line. Spread stories of happiness from all around the world. Because to me, it seems easier for a single being to spread a simple story than to start a war.
Hey.
Hey, yourself. You the one who called?
Yeah, I did. So you're the hacker, huh?
Obviously. Don't call me that, alright? Bad for business.
Business of a criminal. Great.
A criminal you hired, pal. So tell me what I'm looking at. When did it show up?
2 days ago, but the IT staff has no clue what's going on, which is freaking my kids out.
It's a decent job. I'll give them that much.
Them?
It's a shared artificial bug somebody planted in these computers. Has to be. Which basically means somebody really hates you. Enough to go to all this trouble, at least.
Can you fix it then?
Me? No. To fix something like this, we need the creator's coding. Luckily, I can use this to find out where that somebody might be. Give me a day, and I can tell you who it is and where to find him.
You know you're not getting paid till it's done.
Worth a try. See you tomorrow, then.
Jeremy, do you think he's gone?
Yeah, I think I heard him leave.
Sweet! Hey everyone, we can come out now. John is gone. Morning, Jane.
Hey, Mark. Where are you off to this morning?
I'm gonna head over to John's desk. I'm sure I'll find something to do over there.
Right on. Well, have fun with that.
Thanks, Jane. See you later. Ah. Aha! Interesting. Let's see here. A Darth Vader helmet?
Awesome. Do I have the Force? I do! Sweet!
What else do I have here? Oh, wait! Let's see. A couple pistols and a cowboy hat. A wizard beard? Wizard powers, activate! Stay calm, Mark. Stay calm. Keep it together.
She may contain the urge to run away, but hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blocks. Cetirizine, your fever scream me again. Never kisses, or do you ever send a full stop? Do you know where the wild things go? They go along to take your honey. Way down how we build our breakfast down and say my love, love, love. La la la, muscle to muscle, and toe to toe. The fear grip me, but here I go. My heart sings as I jump up. Your hand grips and that's my eyes shutting up. Do you know where the wild things go? They go on to take your honey. Bring down our sleep, build a breakfast, now let's eat my love, love, love. She bruises calls, she splutters pistol shots. Hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blows. She's morphine, queen of my vaccine, my love, love, love. La la la, muscle to muscle and toe to toe. The fear is grip me, but here I go. My heart sings as I jump up. Your hand grips and as my eyes shutting up. She may contain the urge to run away, but hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blocks. Germaline, disinfect the scene, my love, love, love. But please don't go, I love you so, my lovely. Please don't go, I love you so, I love you so. Please don't go, I love you so, I love you so. Please break my heart. Please don't go, I love you so, I love you so. Please don't go, I love you so, I love you so. Please break my heart.
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hey, I was wondering, do you want to go get coffee sometime?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Are you okay? It's alright. You don't have to explain.
Colorado's best riding days come at the end of the season. Beautiful sun, mild temperatures, wide open trails. But it is a double-edged sword. The best days are also the last. When winter comes, the trails get covered in a seemingly perpetual blanket of snow. I get stuck inside or on a road bike, waiting for the return of summer. Basically, I was just sitting there on a snowy afternoon in Denver, and I thought I would really like to ride my bike right now. I did some research and found that 2 hours south of Denver, in Pueblo, the trails are dry. So I called up Brooks, and we left really early in the morning and did some mountain biking.
We left in the morning at, I think, 5:30. Got there like 7:30. Will, yeah, he's pretty fast on the uphills. He definitely makes me work to keep up, and I don't even think he's trying half the time, so.
Talk about it, and then it's if you're mine, if
favorite trail was free ride.
Like roost every corner, little drops everywhere you can hit, and you can just slide all over the trail and full gas.
Yeah, I crashed a few times, I think. I was mainly worried about the bike when I crashed. Yeah, sort of was freaking out. I was like, is the bike okay? Oh yeah, crashing in a parking lot, it's a good way to start off a ride, you know, just dig over the bars, split the shit open a little. It's pretty fun.
We're gonna let the sail out all the way. Good. All right, guys, good job. Good teamwork today. Good. I like it. I know. You guys are good help. Oh, what?
It's up to your legs. It's up to your legs.
The ocean was like rough. Like the wind was blowing. Like the boat, like the sail almost tipped over like 3 times.
We just do like say, we take off our sneakers and stuff and put our kayaking buoys and stuff. We just put our sunscreen and we just set up some boats, paddles and seats, and we get our life jackets.
We had a great time. There was a lot of great teamwork. And the wind was great for the sailing.
It wasn't that bad. There's not that much wind usually, so we don't.
Yeah, we don't get lucky that time. So, but today was perfect. Today was perfect. It was great.
Well, let's take an autistic child. You send an autistic child out on one of our boats. That child is normal on the water. That's what the water does to the child, okay? We have children that don't talk, they don't say anything, they're quiet. They're out on that boat, it's like a different life. And that's what gets me so excited about it. To see these children out on the water that are acting perfectly normal. It is great. It's a wonderful thing.
Okay, so Dimitri, remember how that goes on? This rope right here. This rope right here. You just need to untie it and lay it in the cockpit. Okay, just undo it for a second because everybody's going to learn how to do the shackles.
13 years ago, Elaine Adler from the Amateur Marketing called me and told me about the children in the Dade County schools and how they needed help and so forth. Some other people decided to contribute in my brother's name, who had passed away, to buy a boat. And before you know it, we had enough money for 7 boats. And we now have 37 boats for disabled children and so forth.
So the other way in which this has been modified is it's pretty simplified. There's a couple of things. There's just a sheet line for controlling the one sail, and then the joystick is right and left is left. So on typical dinghy sailboats like this, you would use more of a rudder and a tiller situation where you would have to go opposite. So if you went left with your tiller, you'd go right. So instead, this is modified so that right is right and left is left. Go ahead, Ashley. So right is right and left is left on these, so they don't have to, think about that. One really good thing is that the boom goes over their heads. So that's a major thing to me, for them to not have to switch sides in a sailboat or worry about the boom hitting them. We gotta try it before we open the sails. So everybody knows? Did you do it? Yeah? Did you do it?
We have a launch once a year. When I see these kids out, it starts, it's happening now. So you can see the way it affects me. I get very affected, very emotional, and I'm so happy for them, just to see them. To me, it's a big deal. And I just will hope that we get more and more people involved and we cover more and more area every year. I see us extending this program. We've already heard from other countries, okay? New Zealand, for instance, had written a note on it. They saw about our program and so forth. And I can see this program expanding over the years as people get to know it a little better. It will expand, there's no question about it.